What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping into Destiny 2 alongside the weekly reset for the 3rd of September. And so today Echoes continues, we get new story steps, quest updates, and another catalyst upgrade for the Choir of One. So we'll touch on all of that stuff, as well as our vendors, featured Eververse inventory for the week, as well as key rewards and unlocks. Plus we get a couple of updates from Bungie as always with the weekly reset. So a few things to talk about in the video today guys. As always, I hope you find this one useful, and if you do, a rating below really does help us on the channel, but without further delay, let's get into it. And so first up today, now that the weekly reset has rolled around, we are in week 2 of Act 3 of Echoes, and so we do get more story progress this week. We can find that starting with Failsafe as always in the helm. Additionally, there'll be another Nessus research quest that we'll find along the way, but separate to that, we get the next variant of the Encore mission, and of course the next upgrade for the Choir of One. So this week we get the destabilizing rounds catalyst for the weapon, and much like we saw with the first week, the quest for all of the catalysts will be available from Banshee, so be sure to go and grab that, and we can make all of the progress required for this week. Should be a relatively simple process. It's completing the master version of the mission, as well as opening the second secret chest, and then of course we can get the catalyst upgrade. So that's the second one, and the third one will of course be next week, and that's the Onslaught upgrade, which is going to be pretty juicy. Choir of One is also performing better than intended at the moment. It's got a bit too much ammo, and there are even some issues with the damage, so it's a pretty juicy weapon. Bungie say there won't be any other changes for it until episode 2 in October, so for the moment we can enjoy that one, and good luck on the hunt for all of the Echoes content this week. Next up though, as we get into the game, we can see double Nightfall rewards are active this reset, so that's a useful one. Of course we didn't know ahead of time because we don't have the next week in Destiny cards at the moment, but double rewards obviously is pretty juicy, so let us know if you'll be diving into that. There's also a pop-up referencing heavy ammo sword recharge event that Bungie sort of have going at the moment in playlist activities, so in Strikes, Nightfalls, Gambit, Relic, seasonal activities and more, it's possible to get infinite heavy ammo for swords, so that's something interesting to check out as well. Let us know any that you'll be rocking in the comments section. And otherwise, let's head over to the Eververse store. Of course, there is a section right here with ornaments for some of the exotic swords, given that it's Sword Week. That's an interesting move. Don't forget your free Bright Dust though, of course on the front page, and then focus in on Bright Dust items for this video at least. We've got Stargazer, a legendary emote right there, available for 700 Bright Dust. Pretty interesting stuff if you haven't picked it up previously. On top of that, there is the Omega Mechanos set of boots right here, a Curse of Osiris set from back in the day. So you can grab the boots from those for 1200 Bright Dust, and then there is the Hourglass projection available for 1500 Bright Dust right there. And for the front page shaders, we've got Byzantium Lotus available up first. These are 300 Bright Dust, and there's Carbon Blood available on the front page this week as well. Over to the main Bright Dust section though, immediately, there is the Lost Found ornament for the Kvostov, which is available for 1250 Bright Dust. So if you've been looking to pick this one up and didn't previously grab it for silver, which of course you would know about if you watch my no silver required videos, but now it's available for Bright Dust, so definitely something worth grabbing if you want to only spend the Bright Dust. But for other items on the main Bright Dust section, we've got Sophisticated Spy, a legendary emote right there, so let's have a quick preview of that one. Pretty cool, kind of James Bond vibes for 700 Bright Dust. And then there is the Standout Pose, a rare emote available in the store this week, and that one is 400 Bright Dust. But there is the Roaring Primeval exotic sparrow right here, the Witherhoard sort of themed sparrow, which is pretty cool. That one's available for 2,500. And then we've got the Synchrotron shell, if I said that correctly, a very curious ghost shell there for 2,850 Bright Dust. And then there is a new ship from this season, the Jovian ship, of course, a Xur-themed ship right here, which is available for 2,000 Bright Dust. Actually pretty cool stuff. Previously, that was silver only, so a good thing to grab this week. But then we have the Clue projection, Ghost projection here for 1,500 Bright Dust. And for the second page of shaders, we've got Smashing Success available up first. Once again, all of these cost 300 Bright Dust. Additionally, there is the First Light shader available in the store this week. And then we've got Carbon Blood, which was already featured, and Copperbrand featured on the second page as well, which is quite nice with this armor. And then we've got Transmet Effects, Hive Arrival, available up first for 450 Bright Dust. Pretty spooky stuff. Then there is the Sterile Neutrino effects available in the store. And very finally, the Renewal entrance, a new one for this season, which is pretty cool right there. So let us know if you're going to grab anything from the Eververse store this week. Certainly a couple of pretty nice items. Next up though, for a quick look at Banshee's weapons for the week, of course there is the quest for the catalyst available up first, but then we've got Chroma Rush with tunnel vision and tap the trigger. There's also the spare rations hand cannon, which has got moving target and swashbuckler, as well as the brass attack sidearm with slideways and rampage, which might be a bit of fun. And then there is the distant tumulus, which is dragonfly and opening shot, and the just in case sword with flash counter and fresh. So let us know if you plan to grab any of those, but keep in mind the weapons and rolls will change throughout the course of the week. We'll finish by saying a quick hello to Shader 1 down here in the annex. For the armor, there is the Prodigal set of gear, another set from back in the Forsaken era, so if you like the stats or need to add it to collections, you can do that. But then for shaders, we've got Shadow Guilt up first. These are 10,000 glimmer each. That's kind of a nice one. On top of that, there is the new Pacific Rush available, an old Titan Destination shader. And finally, new Monarchy Regalia, if you're still looking to add faction things to collections right there. For some final mentions right here, the Nightfall weapon this week is the Azumi RR4, so if that's one that you need, it'll be a good time to farm for it, and of course inside Terminus is the featured Nightfall. I should mention there is a bug with the Grandmaster node at the moment, where if you complete 6 Grandmasters, the node actually vanishes, which is what it used to do when only 6 of them were required, so obviously a bit of a bug there, something left behind from the previous version of Conqueror Gilding and things like that, so hopefully something that'll be fixed very soon. But for other items this week, Starcrossed is the featured exotic mission, so it's another opportunity to pick up the Wishkeeper. Then for raid and dungeon content, we have King's Fall featured, so the entire legendary loot pool, as well as the Touch of Malice exotic, is farmable this week. And it's the same for the Ghosts of the Deep dungeon, where we can pick up the Navigator, and again, it's totally farmable. So if you need either of those, it's a pretty good week to jump into those activities. But the very last mention is for the featured Lost Sectors this week, and you can see on the right hand side of the chart the potential drops of legendary weapons that we can have when clearing those. Of course, exotic engrams can also drop when you do a solo clear. And for today, September 3rd, we've got the Conflux on Nessus featured. Then it will move over to Neomuna for September 4th with the Thrillerdrome, Hydroponics Delta on September 5th, and Vel's Labyrinth on the Cosmodrome for September 6th. That'll be followed by Exodus Garden 2A on the 7th. The Broken Deep will be featured on the Pale Heart for September 8th, and then we'll get the Blooming Deep on September 9th. So that's the full rotation of Lost Sectors for the week, guys. And it pretty much rounds up what is worth knowing about the weekly reset this week. Hopefully, on Thursday, we'll get some more juicy updates from Bungie regarding Episode 2, maybe even a 10th anniversary event reveal of some sort. So keep it locked and loaded here on the channel, get subscribed, and turn on notifications. Let us know if you're diving back into Destiny 2 this reset, though, in the comment section, and if you've enjoyed the video, a rating helps us out on the channel as well. But otherwise, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.